Welcome back, LHS. I'm Neely Hutto. Today is Tuesday, September 21st, and we have club information, sports updates, and more. This is your Blue Devil News. The 2021 Lebanon Band Yard Sale will be Sunday, September 26th. You can rent 2 parking spots for $20, and clothes racks will also be available to rent. The band will also be selling awesome refreshments. Contact Jessica Mendez to reserve a spot. There will be no Computer Automation Club meetings today. The next scheduled meeting will be October 5th in B303 at 3:05. The Spanish Club will have their first meeting on Thursday, September 30th after school at 3:15 in Miss Heather Davis's room, B308. And the Book Club will meet after school on Wednesday in the library. LHS Crocheting and Knitting Club will meet on Thursday, September 23rd at 3 p.m. in room A106. Are you planning on decorating for fall? If so, October 5th through the 7th, the FFA will be selling various fall items such as pumpkins, mum straws, and corn stalks, so be sure to save the date. We will have our first meeting for Blue Devil players on Friday, October 1st from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. in Miss Moran's room, A702. Don't forget that Cafe Blue is open for breakfast Thursday and Friday each week. The hours are 7:25 to 10:15, with the last order taken for to-goes at 9:45. Students can visit the cafe before school or between classes. We'll have carts located through the school to help them get to class on time refreshed. However, students are not allowed to come during class time. Seniors, the ACT retake is October 5th, and it's never too early to start reviewing. This week, Ms. Scribble is offering Math ACT Prep from 3 to 4 in room A111 today and tomorrow and a few days next week. Each session will focus on a different Math ACT topic, so plan to attend as many classes as you can. Just scan the QR code to register. Here are a few tips on how to cram for the ACT.
Hey guys, it's Brooke with Super Tutor TV, and today I'm going to tell you about how to cram for the ACT. If you're a procrastinator and you are looking at taking this test very soon and want to do whatever you can and don't have a lot of time to prepare for this test, we've got a few tips for you today to help you navigate your limited prep time as wisely as possible. The first thing that you should do, and this is just really important so that you can show up test day and kind of know what you're doing, is to familiarize yourself with the test. And the first step to familiarizing yourself with the test is to get a hold of a copy of the test. The best way to do that is you can download a full copy of the test, print it out, and read through the directions. Check that stuff out, understand what it is that you have to do, and familiarize yourself enough so that when you show up on test day, you're not spending time reading directions, you're spending time just doing the test. Time is one of the most challenging things on the ACT, so you want to be ready for it. You want to kind of know at least what's up so that you don't waste that time figuring out what you have to do. The other thing to be aware of is that there is no penalty for guessing on the ACT. This also is in all the instructions, etc. But you should know that, so if you do run out of time, you just are going to put B, 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 B for everything that's left so that you can at least have a chance at getting some points. The second thing that I recommend is that I actually have my #1 secret tip videos series for this particular test. What they are is just some basic tips that give you a little bit of a mind's eye into how to approach some of the questions in each section. In particular, if you're a crammer, the science tip, the English tip, and the reading tip are going to be most useful to you. The math tip is really focused more on people who have a little bit more time to prep. So if you've got like a week or a few days and you want to put in some time, that video could also be of help to you. The third thing that I recommend is you actually try to take a practice exam. The most difficult part of the ACT is time. And the easiest thing to improve on a little bit in a very short amount of study time is pacing. Now, I understand that you might not have time to take an entire practice exam. And if that's the case, what I would recommend is do at least 2 or 3 questions from each type of section so that you're familiar enough with each section that you kind of get what you have to do. If you can, use a watch, use a stopwatch, try to time yourself as you go so that you can kind of pace yourself and know how far you are and be a little bit aware and just know up front that this test is hard to finish on time. If you know that going in, you're going to benefit from that and be able to pace yourself a little bit better. The sections that I would emphasize that you try to time yourself and do first would be the science section and the reading section. The third section that I would recommend checking out if you have the time would be the math section. If you don't have time to take a whole math section, take the second half, take the last 30 questions and give yourself something like 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes and see how you do. And finally, the English section is the section that most people don't completely royally screw up. So I would touch on that last if you have the time, but I do again recommend if you do have the time to take a full practice test. After you've taken it, grade it, and that brings us to our next tip, which is number 4, go over your answers. So once you've taken your practice test or your practice test sections, I recommend that you go over your answers so that you can learn from that experience. Learning from your mistakes is one of the best ways we can learn. That's something called the testing effect. We have a video on that if you want to check that out. I have great news for you all. I have actually in video form explained every single answer to every single question on the 2015 to 2016 practice test that is available for free download at ACT.org. So what I try to do in these explanations is give you guys a little piece of how does the ACT think, and let you into that mind of the ACT so that you can start thinking the way the ACT test makers think, as opposed to whatever way you were thinking before. The next thing you should do is pack, and I've got a whole video on what to pack for the ACT, so you can check out that video. Make sure you gather all that stuff kind of the night before so you're not scrambling in the morning. And all that I'll say, in addition to the list that the ACT people put out, is you might want to also bring a pencil sharpener. Make sure you double check that your calculator is approved, because the TI-89, the TI Inspire CAS editions are not approved. The other thing that I'll say really quickly is you do want to bring food, and that brings me to our next point, which is my big advice for you is if you want to up your score or give yourself the best chance of survival on this test, make sure you, 1, eat a good breakfast, and 2, bring good snacks. You're going to have to put them in a bag because the ACT actually says that you're not supposed to bring snacks into the testing center. You can, you just have to have them in a bag and zipped up and put away. And you can eat those snacks on your breaks when you go out into the hallway or when they let you leave the testing center for a little bit. So why do you need to bring food? Well, studies have shown since the 1960s that students do better on standardized tests when they've had breakfast. If you eat right before you work, you are getting the best version of your brain. And that's what you want when you're sitting down to take the ACT. One last quick note on food. I don't recommend ingesting caffeine unless it's a regular habit for you. If it is a regular habit, do what you normally do. If not, your adrenaline is probably going to keep you awake enough that you don't need those extra jitters. So one last tip, if you've still got a little bit of extra time left after all this stuff, after you're packed and ready to go and you've taken a practice test, what I would recommend is that you check out programming your calculator with some simple programs. The ACT highly restricts which programs that you're allowed to put on your calculator, and basically what they've said is you can't have overly complex programs, but you can have, and the one that they mention, simple programs that do a function. The 4 kinds of programs that I would recommend you trying to get are 1, a quadratic equation, 2, a slope solver, where you put in 2 points and it will find the slope of a line, 3, the distance formula, and 4, the midpoint formula. Those are super simple, super easy kind of function related programs that shouldn't be illegal if you have a very trim, slim version of that program. That's about it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys next time on Super Tutor TV. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
This Friday, juniors will attend a college fair at Cumberland, and there will be over 40 colleges present. Turn in permission slips by Thursday. Pick permission slips up in guidance. The forms are due Thursday. Yearbooks and senior ads are on sale now. Yearbooks are $70 and senior ads come in different sizes. A full page is $400, half a page is $200, 1/4 of a page is $100, and 1/8 of a page is $50. The sooner you purchase, the more money you save. Go to yearbookforever.com to purchase. Tomorrow, September 22nd, will be See You at the Pole at 7:30 a.m. All students and teachers are invited to meet at the flagpole to pray over the school for this nationwide event of prayer. Last week, Cosmetology 1 classes had a little competition. Here's Ms. Fry with the details.
Hey guys, we did a competition in cosmetology today with our Cosmo 1 class. I'm here with Nataria and Kyla and Chaz. And so we did a competition with each group station. So each group had to work together on one doll and come up with a style of their choice. And then we had a few teachers and students vote on which one they liked the best. And this is our style that won. So they're going to explain to you all what they did and why they came up with this style.
Okay, so I seen this style on Instagram, and I asked Kyla if she knew how to do it, and she said yes, so she did it.
It wasn't really that hard. I mean, it's just a little hard. And yeah, we won.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the cross-country team on their meet last week, where the girls team finished 4th overall. Ansley McNutt, Ellie Denton, Reese Miller, and Ava Gonzalez had season best times, and Kerrigan Gill led the Devils, finishing 12th out of a field of 75 runners. Soccer plays here today at 6, and only varsity is playing. Volleyball also plays today at Green Hill. JV starts at 5 and varsity right after. Freshman football plays Thursday at 6:30 here at LHS. That's all the news we have, LHS. I'm Neely Hutto, and this has been the news to you from the White and Blue.